Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue dans le studio Les Facs en forme propulsé par PSP. Je suis votre hôte, Coach Saul. Comme toujours, avoir de l'eau à proximité, avoir un espace bien dégagé et sécuritaire. Et finalement, si jamais il y a un mouvement qui ne vous convient pas, dites-moi dans les commentaires pour que je puisse vous donner des alternatives pour ce mouvement-là. Okay? Alors merci d'être là pour cette séance de mobilité. J'espère que vous allez en profiter. Welcome everyone to the Canadian Armed Forces Fitness Studios powered by PSP. I'm your host, Coach Saul. Thank you for being here today for this mobility session. Please make sure you have water nearby. Make sure you have space to work out in or to stretch in. And finally, if you have any movements that do not agree with you and your body and your level of range of motion, please let me know in the comment section so that I may give you some alternatives. All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be working on our posterior chain mobility. Okay, so you can do this from a standing or seated position. Okay, we're going to be working on a seated toe reach. That's the version I'm going to use, but a seated toe reach can also be executed from a standing position. What we want to do is we just want to create a kind of like a marker or a standard. That way, you can kind of test whether or not the mobility that we're going to be doing today, the stretches, the exercises, whether or not they're important to improve your mobility. Okay, so the benchmark, like I said, is going to be seated toe reach. So I'm going to sit with my legs in front of me, feet in front of the hips. If you want to put your feet together, that's also fine. But we just want the feet in front of the hips. Okay, les pieds alignés avec les hanches. Et là, on met les mains sur les cuisses et on plie vers l'avant. Et on essaie de toucher les orteils. Moi, j'ai une bonne flexibilité dans ma chaîne supérieure. Alors, moi, je peux toucher mes orteils. Alors, si vous pouvez toucher vos orteils, je veux que vous glissez les mains en bas du pied. Okay, so if you can't touch your toes, then I'd like you to slide your hands down the bottom of your foot until you can no longer reach forward, or perhaps grab as far as you can. Okay, and we're going to just take a measurement, like if you pull your, that's fine. If you can reach to the bottom of your shins, that's fine. Just make sure you take a mental note, like ankle, top of the foot, top of the toes, bottom of the foot, okay? And then also, not only how far you've gotten to stretch, but it may be today anyways, right? Immediate results might think like, I can't reach any further, but this is a little bit more comfortable than it was when I initially tested. If we're going to be doing a bunch of retests, we're going to do 3 movements and then retest, another 3 movements and then retest, and then another 3 movements. So I'm going to take note right now. Deep breath in, grande respiration, et en expirant, glisse les mains juste en bas des jambes, jusqu'au maximum de votre amplitude de mouvement, so all the way to the bottom of your range of motion. Alors pour moi, mes doigts touchent le milieu du pied, ok, par-dessus. Et alors je vais faire comme ça, je vais par-dessus, ok, et là j'ai mesuré et je vois que j'ai un peu de raideur ou un peu c'est un peu serré dans le bas du dos et dans mes ischio-jambiers. C'est ce qu'on attend quand on fait cet étirement-là. Okay. Alors, quand on fait cette test. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few stretches just to work on stretching the posterior chain. Then we're going to return to the seated position or the standing position, right? If you're folding forward, can you get your fingertips to the ground? Can you get your palms to the floor? Can you only reach your shins? Just make sure that you take a mental note of where you are, okay? Half butterfly, demi-papillon, c'est le premier mouvement. Alors, je vais rentrer une jambe et l'autre jambe est étendue vers le côté, ok? Là, ce que je vais faire, c'est je vais plier, je vais tourner ma poitrine vers cette jambe étendue et je vais plier au-dessus de cette jambe-là. Et moi, j'ai moins de mobilité dans mes hanches. Alors, ça va me prendre un petit peu plus d'effort pour me détendre dans ce mouvement. Et pour vous, si vous avez des hanches assez souples, vous pouvez descendre jusqu'au maximum. Mais ça, ce n'est pas le test, c'est juste pour aller chercher un étirement dans les ischio-jambiers peut-être dans la hanche arrière et dans le bas du dos. On essaie de amener les 2 mains au même endroit. Alors, si vous pouvez atteindre vos orteils avec un main mais pas l'autre, je veux que vous rapprochez le main de votre centre de gravité pour que vous puissiez attraper le même endroit avec les deux bras. Okay, so you can't reach the same spot with both hands, and I want you to come back a little bit with your arm that you can reach farther with, so that you can reach with both arms in the same spot. Okay? So essentially, you can only reach as far as your shortest reach, if that makes sense. As your weakest link. Okay, we're breathing normally here. You can make your breathing a little bit deeper here, but the most important thing here is to breathe normally. I don't want you okay, breathing like this. Okay, I want you to try and relax. After 1 minute, we're going to switch over to the other side, so just keep breathing. Seconds left. And relax. Switching sides. Ok, on change de jambe. Alors j'étends ma jambe et l'autre. Et j'essaie de atteindre l'orteil, le genou et la hanche de cet côté. Là, ça me donne un peu de difficulté. Alors, je vais juste modifier en là pour que ça soit plus à mon goût. Ouais. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit more comfortable for me. Pour que ça me convienne mieux. Comme vous voyez, j'ai plus de souplesse sur cette côté-là. Grande respiration. Ou des respirations normales. Il faut rester calme. Secondes. Et time, on se redresse. Excellent. Là, je vais plier mes jambes. Alors, je viens juste de réaliser que j'ai mis lotus et cross-legged forward fold. C'est la même chose, sauf lotus. C'est quand on met une jambe par-dessus l'autre et l'autre, ouais, vous voyez ce que je veux dire. Mais si vous n'êtes pas capable, je veux que vous croisez les jambes tout simplement comme ça. Et ce qu'on va faire, soit que vous faisiez lotus ou cross-legged, on va mettre une jambe par-dessus l'autre et après ça, on va changer de jambe après 1 minute. Ok, alors on va plier vers l'avant, prendre respiration et plier vers l'avant. Try and fold forward. Try and get your elbows towards the floor. The importance here is to breathe normally. We're going to start with one leg in front and then we're going to switch legs after this minute, Okay, so try and just breathe and remain calm in this position for the minute. Cinq, 4, 3, 2, 1. On se redresse et on change la jambe qui est en avant et craquer les genoux là. Ok, alors ça va être un peu moins confortable. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit less comfortable with this leg in front, but try and make it comfortable as you can. Okay? And then, prendre respiration, deep breath. And fold forward. If you have tight knees like me, it's probably because you have, or if you're feeling pressure in your knees right now, like me in a cross-legged position, it's probably because the quads are tight. You might want to roll out, or I have a video on YouTube of foam rolling. Maybe I'll put it in the description, I don't know. But yeah, you may want to roll out your quads or just stretch your quads. Usually when someone has knee pain, and I say usually, not always, but when someone has knee pain or is experiencing tightness in the knees, probably because the quads are tight and pulling up. It could be your hamstrings too, most likely. And relax. All right, very good. Time to go back to the benchmark and retest. Ok, alors c'est le temps de retester votre mobilité dans la chaîne postérieure. On a fait beaucoup de plis vers l'avant, alors ça va peut-être être amélioré un petit peu. It's probably going to be better because we were just doing a lot of forward folding, and then with the other ones you're going to notice, a little bit less tension in the hips, low back, stuff like that. Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, and reach. Okay, so before I was stopping at mid-foot, now I'm stopping down near my heel. Okay, and I stop when I feel the same tightness that I was feeling during my last bench press. Now, if I put my fingers in the middle of my foot, I feel not as much tension. Like there's a little bit of tension, but not as much tension as if I reach a little bit further, which means that I have loosened it up a little bit. Okay, hopefully you had a little bit of success yourself. J'espère que vous avez de la succès dans cette okay. Et on va continuer avec des low lunge. Alors les pentes basses. Okay. Just like like this, low lunge, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring our elbow towards the floor, okay? Elbows, I should say. Here, let me turn my mat so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so from here, in my low lunge, I'm going to let my knee fall towards the side. I'm going to bring myself down as low as I can. You're really going to feel it in your hip and glutes as well. Okay, so I'm going to get down into this position, trying to get my elbows to the floor. I'm going to hold that for 30 seconds. Okay, grande respiration. On baisse les coudes. On va be up on the edge of your foot, ok? On peut être sur le côté de notre pied, on peut laisser le pied à côté comme ça. Et reviens, change de jambe. Encore une fois, on laisse tomber le genou sur le côté, sur la lame du pied, tranche du pied, le côté, et les mains au sol et on descend les coudes, on baisse les coudes vers le sol. 30 secondes. Et on revient à la position initiale ou bien on redresse. Ok, très bien. Là, on va passer au half kneeling side bend. Et alors, une jambe en avant, la jambe qu'on a commencé avec, ou bien on peut la mettre dans l'autre. Ok, on va avancer, descendre les hanches, et ce qu'on va faire, c'est qu'on va lever le bras qui est sur le même côté que le genou au sol, et on va plier vers le côté du genou qui est en avant. Et moi, je vais mettre la main sur la tête et je vais essayer de amener ma coude vers l'arrière. Okay, so I'm going to put my hand on my head, open up my chest, and really externally rotate the shoulder to open up and get a little bit more of a stretch. Our hips forward and down as well, and making sure that we are leaning towards the side. Okay, I don't want you to have a straight posture like this. I want you leaning over the side, not forward but to the side. Go and forward down and bend it to the side. Très bien, et on revient à la position initiale. On va passer maintenant au half saddle. Comme vous voyez sur l'écran, alors on met les deux jambes en avant de nous. On amène une jambe, on plie une jambe en arrière, ok? Et on se tient soit sur la main et on se garde tout droit comme ça, ou on peut descendre si vous avez besoin de plus d'étirement dans votre cuisse ou votre fléchisseur de la hanche. Descendez sur le coude ou bien sur l'épaule. L'autre chose qu'on peut faire pour augmenter la tension, c'est de contracter nos cuisses pour étendre la hanche un petit peu plus, et on peut aussi étendre le bras vers le haut et chercher le plus d'amplitude possible. Moi, je vais rester sur mon coude pour les vingtaines de secondes qui restent. Et on se redresse, on change de jambe. Alors, je mets l'autre jambe en arrière et je me mets sur mon coude, je contracte mes fessiers et j'étends mon bras vers l'arrière. We're keeping those hips forward by squeezing the glute. Reaching the arm over top, breathing deep. And relax. Okay, time to retest that benchmark. So I'm going to sit on my mat. I'm going to put my feet in front of my hips, straight lines. We don't want wide feet. We don't want, like, you can put your feet together if you want, but if you're not comfortable like that, that's fine. Then we're going to fold forward. 3, 2, 1, and retest. So again, I've gotten to the same place, so like near the top of my heel down here, but I feel a lot more comfortable in that position, and I don't feel any tightness necessarily in my low back. And that's what happens a lot is, we're leaning forward, and then the hip flexor is working overtime because it's super tight. Maybe you did a bunch of squats or lunges before, right? So when it's super tight, that can cause low back pain, cause your pelvis to tilt, and then cause your back muscles. Okay, so let's do our last 3 stretches, and we'll retest this, and then you can repeat this mobility session as many times as you need. Okay? On va commencer avec Happy Baby. Alors, je me couche sur le dos, on va se coucher sur le dos, et on amène nos 2 premiers doigts autour de la grande orteil. Ce qu'on va faire, c'est qu'on va étendre une jambe, étendre l'autre jambe, on va écarter les genoux, on va faire des cercles avec les jambes, juste comme un bébé. Et le but, c'est juste de vraiment chercher le plus d'amplitude que possible dans cette position avec les genoux, avec les jambes, quoi que ce soit. Ok, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Moi, je veux écarter mes jambes. Plus que rien d'autre. On va rester ici pendant 60 secondes, 1 minute. Alors, faites de votre mieux de vraiment étirer tout ce que cette position a à offrir. Okay, make sure you take advantage of this position here. Stretch whatever needs to be stretched, whatever you can stretch. Push your knees apart, straighten one leg, straighten both legs, straighten the other leg. Rock side to side a little bit. It's called happy baby for a reason. We're just doing whatever makes you happy. If you're having trouble holding onto your toes, hold onto your feet. If you're having trouble holding onto your feet, grab a towel or a yoga strap or a belt or an elastic belt, like a resistance band, and then hold onto your feet with that. That's going to work the same. Second. Enjoy this. And time release. Okay, we're going to stay on our back now for a supine adductor stretch. So, like I was talking about, if you have a belt or a strap or something like that to hold your foot, you can use that. If not, just grab the inside of your foot or your toe, just like we were. And what we're going to do is we're going to extend one leg straight down to the floor. You might already feel a stretch in your hamstring. That's fine if you don't, because your feet are flexible. But we're going to let our leg fall to the outside, and we're going to try and keep both hips on the floor. And we're holding that for 30 seconds. More seconds. And relax. Bring it back to center first, then release. Bring that leg down, bring the other leg up. Okay, I'm going to grab to the inside of my foot, straighten that leg, and then let it fall to the outside. On laisse tomber la jambe étendue vers le côté et on tient ça pendant 30 secondes. That leg straight in front again, and then relax. Awesome. Last stretch is going to be pelvic tilts. I'm going to turn my mat perpendicular to you so you can see what's going on. So I'm going to bend my knees, not necessarily 90 degrees, but okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our hands on our hip. I want you to find your iliac crest. That's like your hip bone. If you go around your waistline and then you start digging your thumb in and then down, you're going to find your iliac crest, and then just reach a little bit lower. You're going to find all your pelvic bones. Okay, from here, hands stay there. What we're going to do is keep the knees bent 90 degrees, and then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to I want you to, how do I say? I want you to bring your pelvis forward, and then I want you to push your lower back into the floor, and then bring your pelvis back in. Okay? So I want you to extend, inhale, and then exhale and really push your lower back. And you can see my hands are moving here. We're going to do that 10 times. Okay, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. It's almost like you're rubbing your tailbone back and forth on the floor. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 9, 10, and time. Test out that seated forward fold one more time, or seated toe reach, I should say. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, super comfortable in this position, and that's what we want. If you increase your range of motion, si vous avez augmenté votre amplitude de mouvement, félicitations. Sinon même, félicitations d'avoir fait cette séance de mobilité et continuer à travailler dessus. Je peux presque vous mettre une garantie sur ça que si vous faites ces étirements comme il faut, vous aurez des bénéfices comme être plus confortable dans cet étirement, même si on ne va pas plus loin dans l'étirement. Okay, so you can get some benefits like being more comfortable in the position that you were without actually increasing the mobility or the range of motion. All right, everyone, I'm going to tell you the quote of the week. So you can sit in a seated position, in a lotus position, in a cross-legged position, whatever you want. And the quote of the week this week is, changing the world can happen anywhere and anyone can do it. Okay, so if you're ever questioning whether, something that you do makes a difference, it does. Okay, there's a quote that I started, I think when I first started the Calf Fitness program, when I first started doing videos, I was talking about, I can't even remember the quote right now. It's hard when I'm live doing this in one take here. What's the quote? It's, act as though what you do makes a difference because it does, right? It takes one person to change the entire world, and changing the world can happen by anybody, and it starts with one act. Okay, no matter how insignificant it may seem to you, it could be very significant for others. Ok, alors en français, la citation de la semaine, c'est changer le monde peut se faire n'importe où et par n'importe qui. Ok, alors c'est-à-dire que même si votre acte de gentillesse, je ne sais pas comment dire acte en ce moment, mais même si votre geste de gentillesse, ça semble être insignifiant, ça peut changer la vie de quelqu'un ou la vie de plusieurs personnes. Alors, agissez comme ce que vous faites une différence parce que c'est le cas. Ok? Alors, avec ça, je vous souhaite la meilleure journée de votre vie. Bon week-end et on se voit lundi. Ciao tout le monde et je vous aime tous.